The All Blacks play their first test of the year against France in Dunedin tomorrow night, and they've named 4 rookies in the squad and made a couple of big positional changes. So what can we expect? John Afoa, former All Black, is with us to break it down. John, good morning.
Morning, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good to see you. So the 4 debutants tomorrow night, all in the forwards. What is the thinking here?
I think he's just getting his team ready for later in the year. You know, I like the look of the team. I like the size of the team. It looks dynamic. And we know what the French have brought, but I think, these 3 games against the French will be, looking forward to that big game and against Africa later in the year.
The backs, we've got Billy Proctor starting at centre. Rieko Ioane is moving to the wing. Why that change?
Well, I think Billy's just out of that 13. Riko's great at 13 too, but, we can get him the ball one-on-one a little bit more, then he can use his feet and his pace. Proctor's got a great pass, you know what I mean? He's got a good step, and then Barrett back at 12. He sucks in the numbers, and we might see, Riko and Sevu in a bit more space out wide.
Do we think we'll see a different style of play from the All Blacks? I mean, we've spoken a lot in the last couple of days about Scott Robertson wanting to sort of make his mark, and he's maybe feeling a bit more confident in year 2 about where he puts people. Do you think we'll see a different style of play?
I think so. I think there'll be opportunity against this sort of youngest French team to try things. They're not going to try too much later in the year if we're playing the Box or the Pumas. So I think this weekend, should be a good game. I think the games will get better as they go on. The French will get better every week with their experience and getting used to being down here and their new players. So I think it'll be a great weekend of footy.
What do you think of Beauden Barrett at first 5?
Yeah, I like it. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of McKenzie too, but I think he's had a great season. When he came back from Japan, he kicks well, passes well. He can take the line on himself. He's big enough to take it, and so having both of them in the 23 is important because it gives them different options, and it just complements the team.
Has McKenzie done anything wrong?
Nah, you know what I mean. He's a guy who's stuck in a generation where they got all these great players. We've got a Will Jordan at fullback who's, over 6 foot, can catch the high ball but with his eyes closed, and he's got a Barrett who's 100 tester. So tough situation to be in, but I'm sure the coaches understand that, and he understands it. And as long as there's clear communication around that.
And on the whole, a good problem to have.
Yeah,
too many good people in a team. Hey, what about the French? Well, there's been a lot of talk of, we've basically written them off as a B team. You've had a look at them. You've obviously played over there. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's not their strongest team going around, and you got to understand the whole structure of their season and their top 14 final. They only last week, and they're a very proud team at home. And if you look at what's coming up for them, they got their November test at home. They won't want to lose those. Then they go into Six Nations, and that's their big competition. So this is their little time to bleed in the new players, to give guys a chance. So they'll be competitive. I think that game in Hamilton, the last one, I think will be the best. I think they'll be well and truly into their work, and they'll have some surprises. They've got some good players there, and they'll come down here and play with a lot of freedom.
A lot of talk about playing under the roof in Dunedin this weekend, and might be the last international test they have there for a wee while. What's it like playing under a roof? What difference does it make?
Oh, firstly, the weather's great. You know what I mean? It's a lot warmer. Can get a bit muggy and dewy, once it fills up at this time of the year. But, atmosphere feels like it's right on top of you. Big crowd there, and I think the French will really enjoy that. They're used to that really loud noise, the whistling, the cheering, the chanting. So the bigger the atmosphere and the more party atmosphere, it'll most probably suit the French.
Yeah, well, that's true. Now, what are your score predictions?
Oh, I think we'll win well. I think we'll win over 13, and I think there'll be a lot of tries out wide, so I'm looking forward to it.